Yo, what's goody good face in the building? Right, Solstice, brutally honest review. Now, before we get into this review, I like to do things different from other reviewers. First of all, I like to be honest, and second of all, I like to show you how much hours I've put into the game. So here's a screenshot of PS5 19 hours, because I know a lot of these reviewer guys don't want to show you how long they played. You don't know if they played 5 minutes or they played 5 hours or they played 20 hours. You don't know, so I thought I'd show you. Anyway, Solstice, the Claymore meets Berserk slash DMC type game. Yeah, because it's definitely got influences from Claymore, the anime, with the Berserk theme and the movement of DMC. So first of all, let's talk visually. Now, visually, Solstice is clean. A clean looking game. Character design is good. Environment design is okay. Overall art style of the game is good. On PS5, it runs at a nice smooth 60 FPS. So everything looks smooth, everything plays smooth. It is a overall smooth and clean looking game. But that is as far as it goes. First of all, they went for the old school DMC type camera. Now, this camera, in those days of DMC 1 and 2, we liked it. But in today, it's not the greatest direction. Sometimes I feel that the character is too far away, or I feel that sometimes it's too close, where an enemy may be able to hit you off screen, or stuff could go on behind you and you don't know what the hell is happening. And this game doesn't allow you to move the camera freely. You can only move it slightly to the left or the right, up or down. Like, it's not a free moving camera, and that's gonna pose problems, because going through this game, I have found that there is quite bad level design. It feels like the developer kind of used the same assets over and over again. Part of a game I was stuck on where you had to lower the water to raise this drawbridge. Now, there are these big red crystals in the way, so you have to find the right rooms to be able to smash these red crystals and stuff. But because the game everywhere kind of looked the same, I was stuck on there for a good hour and a bit. I was running into different rooms, this room, that room, this room, that room. Because these rooms looked all the same, I completely missed one door, which was in plain sight, because everything looked the same. Like, I get it. The game is set on one big mission. It's in one area. But what they could have done visually, they could have made each segment of the game kind of look totally different. It just felt I was in a cathedral the whole time. Literally, the whole time. And in my opinion, it could have been a lot better. Now, if you're gonna set a game in one area, it's gonna be harder for you to kind of make these segments and areas look different. I get that. I understand it, because it is in one building or one town. But they needed to use some very distinctive, maybe objects, distinctive doors, that this is the cathedral part, this is the church prayer part, this part is for where the homeless live. Like, they needed to use things that can fully describe each area of the game, but it just felt like they just used the same assets over and over again. Also, visually, we have to talk about characters. Like, the character design of the main protagonist is quite good. Now, it is basically Claire from Claymore smushed with Guts from Berserk, but it is quite cool. Like, you are a chimera, you have these demon powers like Claire from Claymore, and you have a little shade behind you, which is your sister named Loot. Yeah, and it's quite a good art direction. I kind of feel that it was decent. Like, not a lot of people have explored that type of art style, and I kind of like the fact that they're using a female protagonist. I think a male protagonist would have been a very, very cliche thing. I think it's quite good, man. I think they've done well with that. Enemy design, however, wasn't overly great, but it wasn't bad. It was just okay. Like, you can definitely tell which enemy is which and what enemy does what by the look of them, but I didn't really see anyone fully distinctive apart from a boss. So in that sense, it was okay. Now, this game is on next gen only, but it doesn't feel like a next gen game. I was quite confused by that route that the developer and publisher took. This game does look like it could run on a PS4. It doesn't look like, oh my god, it's so graphically amazing, it cannot be on last gen. It doesn't look like that at all. In my opinion, this could definitely run on a PS4 and an Xbox One. Maybe not a Switch. It's probably a bit beyond the Switch, but I don't understand the just next gen thing. I didn't get next gen only from this game. But moving on from visually is important, but it's not as important as this segment. This is gameplay. Now, this is where SOULSTICE shines. SOULSTICE takes influence from DMC. You can tell straight off the bat, this is a DMC-like game. Now, I'm so happy to see more DMC-like games instead of the usual Souls, jank combat Souls. This is a game that lets you press buttons. They have this great system where they encourage you to use your different weapons within combos. Like, you can easily go from your normal sword and switch it straight into your tonfas with cannons on them, and she's got another weapon which is a whip, which you can use that and straight go back into your sword. The game, combat wise, brilliant. Now, some of you may think, oh, this game could just be a mash fest. It's not a mash fest, no, because if you do mash, some of these enemies are going to punish you, and you need to be very aware in this game. Like, there's a mechanic in this where your Shade, which is Loot, which is Briar's sister, you play as Briar, which is the Knight Chimera thing, and Loot is the Shade thing that's behind you. Loot has to deflect incoming projectiles. So you could be on the left doing your crazy massive combo, then a guy on the right is about to throw a massive spear at you. You need to be aware and think and react at the right time to say, Loot, stop that while I'm doing this. I love those things. I love being able to multitask in gaming. I really like the fact that games should make you feel like you're doing godly things, and this game does well in that segment. Like air juggles, you've got dashes and crazy slashes going on, fighting multiple enemies at once and keeping your fingers moving, reacting to things really quickly. That is what I really like about this game. Now, weapons. The weapons are brilliant. You've got your heavy weapon. You've got this big heavy axe thing. I'm not too sure what that's called. You've got a bow and arrow. You've also got a whip with little blades on it. You've also got tonfas that have cannons in. Like I mentioned this before, but that is probably one of my favorite weapons in this game. The tonfas that have cannons. Like, it's brilliant. Like, literally brilliant. And you've also got these little two short daggers which allow you to move quite freely and quite fast as well. All of the different weapons are very unique in this game, and the fact that you can switch them in between combos and stuff, and it is almost seamless. It's not perfectly seamless in my opinion. It's almost seamless is a brilliant thing. Like, these guys absolutely nailed combat in this game. Now, there are a few mechanics that I did like, and towards the end of the game I didn't like. So basically, Loot, which is the Shade again, she does these auras. Now, you have a blue aura and you have a red aura, right? The red aura can attack enemies and objects which have these type of red crystals on. When you open this red aura, you are now able to attack these crystals that is either an enemy or it's an object that's in your way. After a while, this mechanic became annoying. Now, Loot cannot hold this red aura forever. It disappears. She disappears. And now you are very, very vulnerable. You're not vulnerable for very long. You're only vulnerable for like 3 to 4 seconds. But in a fast-paced action game where there's a lot of things coming at you, it's not very good. Like, at the start of the game, it was fine. It was okay. Like, using that mechanic was not too bad because the game didn't throw so many enemies at you. But towards mid and the end of the game, it kind of got annoying. And especially when you had an enemy which you needed to use the blue aura for and an enemy you needed to use the red aura for, both on screen. Loot cannot use both. She can only use one at a time. And then if you keep using them, she disappears for a minute. Then you're in an issue. Like, it became a blessing to see just a normal guy. Like, and then all of a sudden, a blue guy, which you can't hit without having the blue aura on, and a red guy, which has got crystals, which you do hit without having the red aura on, your weapon bounces off, came out, and then it becomes, oh my god, I've got to keep switching auras for each enemy I attack, and it got just really annoying. And also, with the camera issues in the game, it doesn't actually help. Yeah, I've been in many situations where there's an enemy behind me and I've gone to do my dash attack to him, but because he was kind of off screen a little bit, I didn't know which aura to pick. The game also has a like special transformation thing where she uses her full chimera power and she goes into a mad fit of rage. In some parts that was okay. I'm not too sure if I liked the way you achieved this state. The way you achieve this state is you basically can't get hit and you basically have to keep your combo high. So it's basically the game rewarding you for having a high combo and being a dodge master, which is cool, but in certain situations where the camera is a bit janky, you ain't getting that special. Someone's going to hit you off screen. And if you don't have loot upgraded enough where she can deflect more than one incoming projectile or slow down more than one incoming attack from an enemy, the special transformation is quite scarce because you're going to get hit. It's literally one tap. I would have rather the developers went for, if you got hit multiple times, it brought down the meter to your special transformation. Instead, they went for it instantly goes down. That's it. One tap, instantly gone. Start your combo again, start it all up again. Also, towards the end of the game, there's like a whole level 2 of this special. Now, this level 2 part, they fully changed the control scheme. You do not control your character. It kind of auto fights. You've literally got to match this little blue ring thing to a little aura at the side of the screen, and the character will go and attack automatically towards where this aura is. Like, it's so hard to explain because it's just such a weird way to use it. I didn't get it. I thought I wanted to be the one in control of my character when she is in God mode, and like, I don't know, it just wasn't a good idea. Also, this game features a extensive skill tree, like a decent leveling up system. Your main character, Briar, just levels up her weapons. He gives her new movesets, he gives her new abilities on that weapon, and she also can gain more health and stuff like that, and make it easier for her to gain more of her special meter. Loot, the Shade, who you technically do not control, has a mad extensive skill tree. The skill tree is quite big for Loot. She has quite a lot going on her skill tree. I'm not gonna sit here and dissect every ability in that skill tree because it is quite extensive, but the issue is you don't actually control her. You mainly just make her deflect and use auras. You don't actually control Loot at all. Rarely. Kind of. Ish. Like, you don't. So I wasn't too sure if giving her the massive extensive skill tree and not the one you actually control was a good idea. I'm not too sure. That one I'm kind of like, I don't know if I like it. I don't know if I fully don't like it. I don't know. That one there, if you play the game, I'll leave to you. Speaking on the boss fights, they were good. I can't lie. I really enjoyed some of the boss fights in this game. They wasn't those run-of-the-mill easy boss fights, just hit, attack, dodge 2 times, hit, attack, dodge, hit, attack. It wasn't just that. They did kind of add some real intricate parts. Like, there was a boss where they were 2 kind of hollow shade guys, and they would slow down the arena, but they would slow it down in tight situations where you had to quickly tap circle repetitively, but you've got like normal enemies running at you and attacking you at the same time, and you're slowed down. That was kind of fun. Like, even the ending boss, that battle did feel very epic. Like, it felt very epic. Like, you felt like, oh my god, this is the climax. And the game done very, very well to show you that. Right, speaking on story, the story in this game, without spoiling it, wasn't cliche, but if you're an anime watcher, you kind of know where it's heading. It's not something that you were wowed about, but it's definitely not something that you want to skip the cutscenes. It did engage me by about 10% into the game. The story actually engaged me. And if the story doesn't engage me, I am skipping the cutscenes straight. I'm just skip. I don't want to hear you talk. Skip. What do I do here? Oh, that's it. Skip. This game, I didn't do that. I actually sat there and watched it and learned a bit about the lore. The lore was quite interesting. It wasn't too bad. So, story-wise, this game is all right. But, overall conclusion to Solstice. Now, Solstice is, in the UK, £35. Now, I paid for this game. I didn't get a review copy or anything like that. And in future reviews, I'm definitely going to be saying those things as well. Is it worth that money? Yes. If you are in a period where you are not playing nothing at the moment, you are waiting for a massive title that is not coming out for quite some time, pick up Solstice. Give it a play. This game is more about gameplay than anything else. Yeah? This game's gameplay is good. If you are a person that likes a fast-paced, hack and slash, frantic things going on in a game, feeling like a higher being while you're playing a game, this one is definitely for you, especially if you're a DMC fan. We are waiting for a new DMC. This game definitely does fit that void. So I definitely recommend, at that price range, this game is worth it. Overall score for Solstice. I'm gonna give Solstice a 7 out of 10. For its godlike movement, great combat, and for a decent story. A very decent story. So, let me know in the comment section what you think about Solstice if you've played it. Let me know in the comment section if you've seen this review and you feel like getting it, or you're definitely turned off by the game. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section about my review style. I'm getting used to this stuff. Just starting out, really. And I just wanted to be honest about my experience with the game and transparent with you guys, so you guys can make a decision whether to buy this game or not. Simple as. Let me know in the comment section how I did. Let me know if there's things that I could improve on or explain better. Just let me know in the comment section. Anyway, my name is Face. That was my brutally honest Solstice review, and I am signing